It's a balmy day in October, and after every single day of raining, there's beautiful blue sky in front of me. It's round about 8 o'clock in the morning. I can guess the temperature's maybe 25 or 26. I've got my cup of coffee. Sorry, no Winnie the Pooh today. And my channel. Now, this video is going to be a rant and a rave, I'm afraid, so it's only going to be me sitting on the balcony. So, no action pictures, no typhoon, no free Gorges Dam, no China, no Cambodia or Thailand, just little old me. Well, big old me. And I was wondering what to call this actual channel. And I was thinking, I hate my channel. Here I have 32,000 subscribers, making videos every day, and I think in a very objective way, debunking the fakers, maybe being subjective with some people who do the news about Ukraine and how wonderful Russia is and how awful the United States of America is. And with that, I just like to state my piece, for example. It is frustrating that when I wake up in the morning like now and I check how many people have watched my video and only there's 700 or 200, and you start to wonder why aren't I getting 10 or 20,000 people? Hey, I've got 32,000 subscribers. Even 10% would be quite a nice margin of 3,200, but no. And is this the YouTube algorithm? Are people bored of my channel? What else is there? Is there more interesting channels? Well, 100% there are. And this is just a hobby. Do I do flashy graphics? Not really. Once in a blue moon I do. But basically what I'm trying to do is put the news together that is not really shown on mainstream media, and doing it in a very objective way, like the old ways of doing the news, of this is what's happened, it's bad or it's good. That bit, yes, is subjective, as a motorbike goes past. That bit is subjective, obviously, and giving you that in one package. I'm not a big fan of Twitter, for example, or X, as it's called nowadays. And because you only get like 30 seconds of the news, what I'm trying to put together is like a 10-minute news bulletin related to Southeast Asia. Now, I know most of my audience does come from the United States of America. I know most of my audience is round about 55, my age, to 85 years old, which is fine. And I do have many supporters, and thank you so much to all of those who leave a nice comment, regardless basically of the news that I put out. Again, thank you. And sometimes I do wonder, is this correct? Am I doing this right? Is it good? Is it bad? Are the viewers going to like this? Now, on occasion, on a couple of times, with my 5 years near enough with YouTube, just under 5 years, I have made some mistakes, but I will admit it, and I have taken the videos down. Sometimes I have been striked with YouTube, saying this video is not allowed and you're only allowed free copyright strikes or free community guidelines, and I've had up to 2 before. And it only seems that I get views, and this is sort of like aggravates me. I only get news or views near enough when I mention the free Gorges Dam, and there's no news which is really happening there. There's none, there's zero. I did get a message today from a friend of mine from Florida who is actually in Chongqing for quite a while now, saying there's quite a bit of rain. Thank you very much, Donald. I really appreciate that. And that's a person I can trust because I dealt with him before, or can I say not dealt with him, like a friend. Yeah. And if you can't trust your friends, then who can you trust? But that's another story. Let's not delve into that kind of like situation. So I sort of am at a dead end, and I do try to make different videos, like going on a motorbike journey, talking about motorbikes, talking about Cambodia, going to Thailand, going to the seedy side of Thailand, to all the gents clubs, for example, in Pattaya, giving you the cost of what I found out. This is not really my cup of tea, and when I was young, yeah, I did go to some of these bars in Bangkok, but hey, some people who are older than me may have been a veteran in Vietnam, and I'm sure they may have been to one or two of these exciting bars when they were young before. Again, I'm going a little bit off topic. So I tried to do something that is interesting, something that you don't see in the United States of America. I got so many ideas and so many plans that I would love to do on YouTube. I would love to do a travel video, but yeah, I can't really exactly afford it on my sort of pension. I'm very happy with my pension. I've got a lovely house, I've got 2 motorbikes, beautiful girlfriend, 2 cats, etc. All happy. But if I had a really big hit with a video, which I did in 2020 and also 2021, but 22 and 23, nothing really, nothing very big in that way, then I wouldn't just go and buy a new iPhone. Well, I most probably would, but I would like to reinvest that money into sort of like a adventure trip. So a little bit earlier this month, or September, I said I want to do this adventure trip to Thailand, going to Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Pattaya, and also Phuket. The trip in total will cost about $1,500, but it's way beyond my budget unless I get the extra finance from YouTube. Now, I'm not asking you for any financial support. What I'm asking is for people to view, to watch the advert, and share it with their friends. And again, it's not just about China. I just want to do things in Southeast Asia. I know lots of things obviously happen around the world. I don't talk about the Ukraine because it's a very complicated mess there at the moment, and some people do support Russia, some people do support America or Ukraine, etc. And some people call it a proxy war, some people say it's a war of nutrition, the list goes on and on. I just hope one way or the other there will be peace there in the future, whatever the peace is. In other words, people stop dying because of Putin, or people stop dying because of the president of Ukraine. Whichever way you think, I'm being, again, very objective there. So, I'm going to take a quick sip of my coffee, and I'm going to be back. Cheers. Welcome back. If anyone is still here after 5 minutes, do give me a rainbow at the end. And again, this is sort of just like a rant and a rave for today. I think it's quite good just to release your sort of, not your anger, but maybe your frustration related to something that you have a hobby with. And here's a question for YouTube. How is a small channel like mine that's been around for 5 years get into the 100,000s? Do we have to do something unique? And if we do something unique, is the algorithm going to pick that up and go, hey, wow, yes, I'm going to push that, and they can do notifications to so many people? It feels like on YouTube, once you get over 100,000 subscribers, 100,000, then they do push your algorithm. But anything below is a real battle, like the Battle of Trafalgar. Trying to get there is really difficult. And you could say, yeah, it is a bit frustrating in that way. So, if you have any unique ideas that I can do, you could say here in Cambodia, or what you want to know about China, or what you want to know about Thailand, or you could say in Southeast Asia, which is not on the mainstream, which is not on CNN, Fox, NBC, BBC, Sky, Al Jazeera, whatever the news network is, something which people don't do, but you are actually in. It's like Steve Jobs. I am trying to find for my YouTube channel something that people want but is not available yet. according to the YouTube algorithm and community guidelines, that I obviously want to get monetized for a little bit of my so-called work. If you call this me sitting down in front of a camera I was going to look at my watch, but I don't have it on at the moment, yeah, just having a rant, and there. Break time. If you want to see how beautiful the day is, have a look at that. Isn't that perfect? And after, you could say, all the rain that we had in September and the beginning of this month, it's just so nice to just have that sky. But if we look over here, well, maybe it's going, hopefully that's going away, and this is winter time coming. Now, let me just turn the camera around again and I'll sit down. Just excuse me a minute. Again, I'm not doing any editing here. Hi. Now that's better. What was I going to say? I have really forgotten. Some of the comments which I do remember, oh, excuse me again, is why don't you do the prices of how much the lady would charge you in Pattaya? There's a shock for you. I really don't know, but I can guess, and this is only from other resources that I looked at on the internet, that if it's sort of like a street walker, then it's going to be like 30-40 bucks. If it's someone in a bar, a little bit more expensive, etc. People ask me that, but I don't really know, because I've actually never really done it. But I do know people who have, but it's sort of their sort of like affair, and it's maybe impolite to ask. Why don't you do something about Xi Jinping? I have. In China, the president, the dictator of China, I've done many, but they don't hit because other people do them. And they've already got the algorithm, and they already got 100,000 subscribers. Why don't I do American politics? Well, one, I'm not American. Two, I'm not really interested in politics anyhow. I'm very happy, you could say, in my own small world like that. But I do watch the news occasionally, not every single day, just to catch up. I do watch Sky News, mainly from the United Kingdom, and I possibly do watch the updates of the Ukraine war with a military expert. Not some of these so-called military experts that you find on YouTube who don't seem to have any military background, and they just hate the West. This is sort of like my message to them. If you live in the West, and the West has provided for you with housing, accommodation, electricity, water, internet, Wi-Fi, a car, inexpensive, you could say a inexpensive car, something like here, if I want to buy a Ford Rapture, the big F350, it would cost an arm and a leg, well over $100,000. Now, I don't know the cost in the United States, but I'm going to say it's a lot less. So in that mind, they have the nice life, and then they complain about the West and the military regime of Biden, etc., and how they don't put the money into America, and the problem with the drugs in Philadelphia and Vancouver in Canada, for example. Why don't they go and live in Ukraine? Why don't they go and live in Russia? If you're not happy with your country, leave your country. But they live in a very cushy kind of world, and then they complain about it. Now, everyone has the right to free speech. If you're not happy, then obviously you can say, I'm not happy with the country. But these people who do this kind of thing, I think are just like, well, if you don't like it, that's fine. But don't go too far about it and say, because you are provided. You live in the United States, but you're saying how awful it is. But you do have the choice, especially if you're in your 30s and 40s, pack your bag, sell your house, move on. Yeah, go to the country where you think is the winner. If you don't like America, go to Russia. Now, I know some people do, and they have top-end jobs in Moscow and Leningrad and St. Petersburg, etc., etc. And well done for them, because they've sort of made that choice. But don't, if you're living this you could say, luxurious world in America compared to, you could say, Ukraine or places in China. Go there, just leave us alone, and then do the reporting from there, because then you're showing that's it. And some would do YouTube videos, and amazingly they get so many super thanks and so many Patreon members. I really don't know how that happens. Now I'm going off a topic and I'm just talking completely out of my head, so I think it's time for another cup of coffee. Cheers. So what is the future for my channel? Well, as I said, YouTube is a hobby for me, but I like a challenge. My challenge is one day to get up to 100,000 subscribers. Don't know how, but I will keep going. Maybe I will find a niche. But my niche at the moment, unfortunately, seems to be the Free Gorges Dam, and I'm really trying to break away from that. So, again, if you do watch this video, and if you have got this far, I want a double rainbow, 2 rainbows, or write rainbow twice, or rainbow times 2 in the comment section. That would really help. So the future, I will still keep going with what I'm doing. I will search for a new niche, and hopefully that will kind of work, and then maybe I'll get some more subscribers. But again, it's the challenge, and I'm sort of sometimes like a dead end. I try usually make 1 video per day, sometimes 2 if something happens. I did the typhoon in Taiwan, and I only got like 400, 500 views, which is sort of really weird because this is quite a big thing, and I put all the news together into one 10-minute segment, which I think is enough to do. I'm sure this video is a little bit longer than the actual 10-minute situation. And with that, something new. I will do things related to Christmas shopping. I will do my trip to Thailand again in January, towards the end of January. I will do things which happen here, like the water festival, which is going to happen next month. New Year, maybe I'll go into the city centre, but it's so crowded, but it's something I'm doing for my subscribers to see what New Year is like here. I've done that once, quite a long time ago. My travels over 2024, the good things and the bad things about Cambodia, the cost of living. People are interested, they're always interested here about health insurance, and you really need to contact your health insurance provider. How much does it cost to go and live here? And the main thing is, can you get into the Royal Angkor Hospital, which is a Bangkok hospital which is going to treat most problems, but if you go there without insurance, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. Now, about 3 weeks ago, I did actually go to a hospital. I had a small problem, and I didn't do it through my insurance. The doctor, I was literally with the doctor for half an hour. There was a quick examination. I had a not a blood test, my blood pressure and what temperature, what's my body, and I got the medicine, and the whole thing for about 30 minutes cost $16, including the medicine. So that's sort of like for a small problem, and it's all resolved. Dentist. Now, I have really bad teeth, and I went to the dentist a couple of days ago, and for cleaning it's $20, but they clean it by hand because I have really sensitive teeth, and because they're so bad, he put injections all over my mouth, and that was an extra $10, so $30, and he did an hour's work, but it was all done, and I don't really have to go back to the dentist until when? December time. It's usually every 2 months I have to go because my teeth are slowly falling out. But hey, I think maybe this is old age, and maybe because I used to smoke too much and drink too much coffee, but I don't eat sweets or candy or sugary things. If I do, it's probably once in a blue moon. Again, I'm going off topic, but this is what I want to show on my channel, how life is. Now, there are other people who do videos about Cambodia, and I would say they are in the same situation, but I do see some, and they get like 120,000 views, or they do the temples here, which I've done before, and they get 1 million views. It's just really upsetting. I'm going to leave it there for today. I will thank you if you got to this part of the video. Many congratulations, and if you have, then rainbow 3 rainbow icons, and, or if you can't do that, put rainbow multiplied or times 3. Yeah, that would be great. Have an awesome day wherever you are. As always, a big thanks to everyone. I am going to do this in order. A big thanks to all the people who do donate to my Patreon account. Thank you very much. I think there's 3 or 4 of you. So much for that. That usually, all this money goes to my kitty cats, and you know that I do have 2 kitty cats. One is 1 year old, just over, she's called Pickle, and the other one is 4 years old, called Tokyo. Many thanks to the people who are the members of my channel. I think I have 8 of them. Thank you for that. Again, all that money goes into the cat food, the medicine, and the cat litter, for example. Many thanks who do subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for that. And if you do, please once in a while check that the subscription is still there, because sometimes it sort of miraculously disappears. And if you do, please follow me on Twitter. Every video I put, near enough, I put on a link onto Twitter. Please follow me on, I don't actually post anywhere else, it's just mainly on Twitter, or X, or Twitter X, or whatever it's called nowadays. And just a big thank you for the people who spend time with me. And any comments, any ideas that you want to achieve, then please do so. Links for everything is in the description below. I will wish you a happy, today is actually Friday. I wish you a happy Friday. Enjoy the weekend, and I will be back soon doing another rant and a rave, or something about China or Cambodia or wherever. God bless to all. Thank you very much. Bye bye.